At the northeast, we have the elk man. The elk is one of the largest and most majestic animals of the forest. Thunder Strikes tells a story about an elk he encountered while hunting as a young man. By mid-afternoon, the storm broke with intense thunder, lightning, and downpour. I caught sight of a big buck elk standing on a high ridge not far away. I stopped in my tracks as I saw the jagged lightning strike his antlers and his whole body take on a glow. The elk stood there, absorbing the full charge of the lightning. Then I watched him calmly dip his antlers into the stream. Thunder Strikes ran home to tell his teachers about the magic elk he thought he'd seen. They split their guts laughing. It wasn't a magic elk. The elder explained, the elk is the keeper of thunder and lightning, and a master choreographer of energy. My pardon. The elk is the keeper of thunder and lightning and a master choreographer of energy. It is said that years later, Stella Many Names, a matriarch of the Twisted Hares Council of Elders, pointed out, when you're given the gift of a sweet medicine teaching or see an animal in its moment of power, you can approach it in its space or territory. If you would have stayed and approached the elk, it would have taught you how to transform lightning. As lovers, elk men have the capacity to transform the lightning of their seeds, including both their thoughts and ejaculations, into explosive moments of power. Like the mature bull that will defend his harem of cows from competitors with his thunderous bellows, elk men are not afraid to fight for someone they love. They have the capacity to absorb negative energy and redirect it for healing. They are sturdy, energetic, but sometimes paradoxical partners who rarely do the expected. Elk men yearn to find a companion who wants what they have to offer and who can help direct their partner and courage into focused outcomes. Elk men are drawn to help others, and they are particularly susceptible to rescuing damsels in distress. Their challenge is to bring their visions down to earth, subdue their restlessness, and be more sexually creative. To charm and arouse an elk man, treat his accomplishments as magical expressions of his love and care. Welcome him into an inviting, warm hearth, along with plenty of sex and space to be himself, and he will build a kingdom filled with loving kindness. The elkman and the deerman are my favorite. I know exactly when I'm with an elkman because he has very distinguishing features. And it's been unfortunate, but I haven't had like a slew of lovers, but I have seen many a cock because of tantric massage work. And during the tantric journey that I used to do, I would observe exactly how a person would be because they would be in that sexual energy height. And so, of course, it gave me a great insight, but I definitely enjoyed massaging the elk men. Most definitely. Elk men are characterized physically by having a long shaft, slightly longer than that of a deer man, and less thick than a horseman. And so though my tunnel was long, it was very tight and a very small opening. And so that makes for the horse as something that I would have to be more relaxed for, that I would really have to continuously lubricate for, and things like that. Whereas an elk is just like Goldilocks, just the right size. An elkman's shaft frequently has a natural tilt toward the left or right. And there you have it. There's the very distinguishing feature. There was a very, very beautiful, attractive gentleman that sent me a beautiful picture of his cock to analyze. And right away I said, "Oh, you're an elk man." So he used to call himself my magical elk, just in chat. I don't entertain that with many, but I also had done a tantric journey for him. So he had a special place in my heart. Basically, don't start sending me cock pictures, but you can if you really do have a question about what type of, what I think. And I'll have you take a picture while you have your hand extended. And if you need two hands, but remember the open palm facing up and an erect penis on it. So it has frequently a natural tilt toward the left or right. Sexually, their pace is sometimes quick, sometimes slow, and they reach the peak of arousal by varying the timing of their thrusts. So they'll go fast, 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 slow, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. They don't have that need to kind of keep that same pace. They truly enjoy riding on the edge of sexual pleasure and enjoy being teased to climax. They love the teasing, whereas another one might not. They love the teasing, they love the play. They don't say, "Oh, stop teasing, just get on it." No, they love the teasing. And sexually, they can surprise you with their lightning speed. They have a distinctive way of being able to coax their lovers to go for more by transforming their shyness and resistance into open, uninhibited release of blissful rapture. And they'll be a tease themselves. So you see, they'll play coy, they'll be a tease themselves, which is so delightful, because the teasing, the flirting, the simple little nuances of sweetness, of ecstasy, without actually just grabbing something or someone, is just beautiful. And it really allows for that tantric connection, that intensity, that more intense connection. So by the time you are in the actual exchange and having sex, it is just already really wired up well. And this partner can be fast, so that goes really nice with a quick trigger deer woman like myself. And they also can take their time for a deer woman who's also multi-orgasmic. So it's very beautiful that the anatomy types and the compatibility, when you think about it, is so nice. The summary of the Elkman is on the wheel, northeast, place of focus, relaxation, and design of energy. And the deer is also a designer of energy, so it just works out. Physical anatomy. Between the length of a horseman and a deerman. Narrower than the horseman, thicker than a deerman. So not too thin and not too long. The shaft often angles slightly to the left or right. The temperament and demeanor. Charismatic leaders, mysterious, magical transformers, kind-hearted, persuasive energy designers. And so the length, again, the horseman would be 2 hands and the head, or longer. And so this particular elk man would be about 2 hands, or perhaps a little bit smaller than 2 hands, but just a nice size. Not that I don't like them, right? You could tell I like them. The elks are, the personality is just as, it's of the forest. So much like the deer. That's why it's really nice to go with also the animal kingdom energy and to just observe, observe yourself.